computer has virus.
Car shop, one of the heists of all time, and I just so happen to be unnaturally infatuated by its beauty. However, through my countless runs on this heist, I never thought of the speedrunning possibilities until now. You see, I had been spelunking my way through YouTube to find more dopamine hits than I can shake a stick at, and then I found it. A car shop speedrun of 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and there it was, the inner machinations of my mind whirring as to the possibilities if I were to beat this time. Could I obtain wealth? Fame, power, even?
Gold Roger, the king of the pirates.
Little did I know this would be a horrible decision. But why, I hear you asking? Well, it all comes down to the meat of this heist layout. The car shop heist comes down to 3 core components: the manager spawn, the IT's computer location, and the drive.
I drive.
I am literally Ryan Gosling. However, all of that seems simple, right? Well, it would be if Overkill decided to not add a small, teeny tiny addition: RNG. This randomizes the location of certain aspects, and these aspects are crucial for completing the heist. With this funny little crumb of info, this now changes the heist from a funny little haha shoot it go fast vroom vroom heist to... Where the fuck is the manager? Oh my god, he's not in any of the spawns. He gotta be joking. And that sums up 90% of all runs. 90%! Whilst that is detrimental to my cranium, it is, however, doable. Except I forgot to mention that RNG also applies to the computer's locations too, meaning the off chance we do have the correct manager spawn, we still need to have the optimal computer spawn. Except this is even worse, as the manager has 7 locations to spawn at, with only 2 being optimal. The computers have 17 locations, and only 2 are optimal. So with all that being said, you might be pondering, so why take on this venture? Simple. Dopamine. However, we do need to lay some ground rules before we begin. And mainly, there are no rules. I can use whatever guns, perks, or skill trees I want. All I need to do is get a sub 2 minutes and 40 seconds time. Now, I mentioned previously that the world record is 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So why am I giving myself 20 seconds extra leeway? Well, the world record had used an RNG modifier mod, so that they don't have to worry about pesky respawn locations. However, I will not be using one, as I feel that is cheap, and I want to have fun. Little did I know, I would in fact have quite the opposite. And also, I am not a trained, refined super soldier of speedrunning, as this will be my first ever attempt at speedrunning anything, and I need those pity points if I don't want to be at this for years. And with that out of the way, we start. Initially, the first thing I decided to do was to complete the heist the way I normally would, consisting of ECMs, body bags, and suppressed weapons. Now, objective number 1 was to find the manager, this bald-headed bastard. So loading in, I immediately messed up and headed to the left side of the store. There's a staircase there that allows instant access to the roof, if no guards are on patrol there at least. Luckily for me, there wasn't this time and I had immediate access to the roof. The roof is a great place, and in my opinion the best place to go looking for the manager, as it shows the locations of 5 out of 7 possible spawns for him. And that's exactly what I did, with my brilliant hit percentage of 6%. Oh my god, I suck at it. I got the keycard needed to just open the storage room. Inside was a whiteboard with a name on it. This name would be our recently employed IT guy, of which we need to hack his computer. Poor start for their new job. Now, there's a total of 17 locations this computer can be. However, in short, it's referred to as the upstairs, downstairs, and office. Realistically, the only way we are getting a time worth being acknowledged is if it's in the upstairs offices, which luckily in this case, it was. All we needed to do now was prepare the C4 for our getaway. However, not before we had to deal with a cop who saw my massacre, wasting precious seconds. Back into our van, I gathered the C4 and prepared for detonation. Now came the hardest part, the drive. Whilst I love the driving sequence, it drives my head into the wall. You see, Payday 2 is run on the diesel engine, which isn't exactly known for its outstanding quality, on top of which driving the car feels like a nice level from any old NES game. Simply agonizing. Regardless, the best time I can complete this heist was a time of 3 minutes and 37 seconds. Not awful for a regular run of car shop, but we need to improve our ways of heisting greatly if we wanted to achieve a run of sub 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So the same way your grade 9 high school art teacher would tell you to look at the greats for their methods, I would do so here. Observing the beauty of a heister called a rustic, I got a much better look on how to do things the right way. Essentially, it boiled down to fuck the fact this heist is stealth, I'm going loud and proud, with him making a beeline to the front entrance and firing nothing short of improvised pipe bombs at his feet for the speed boost. Now, he is using a RNG modifier, which I would not do, so instead of instantly hacking the right computer, I would have to physically find the manager, take a look at that whiteboard, and then find the computer. After observing the masters in their field, it was time to put it to the test. But first, we need to fit our Jimmy with some new drip.
Master Chief, you mind telling me what you're doing with that drip?
Sir, styling on these hoes.
And possibly some new J's. We would equip the Yakuza perk deck, as one of its perks is increased speed when your health is low. But how would we get to that low health? Simple, what's better than a literal compact pipe bomb launcher to fill that role nicely? And thus, we got to work. Loading in, the mask was immediately slapped onto our firstly heads, and then we made a beeline to the entrance, passing the manager, and causing me to lose precious seconds once more. On top of my fingers and feet being made of butter, it took me an extra few seconds to even pick up his card, and then another few to even get my ass onto the stairs. Truly, a stunning start to this run. However, this was quickly recovered by my man David Buno sitting right next to the entrance of the offices, which is the best spawn I could possibly get. With the C4 planted, all we needed to do was not crash the car in the car sequence. Simple, right? Surprisingly, I didn't crash the car several times. Only once. But at least the one time I did, we recovered just as fast. A sub 2 minutes and 40-second time was in our grasp. Except the gods of Payday 2 decided it was not your time, my child, and added a wholly invisible speed bump to the track, causing my car to immediately slow down right before I could go into the containers.
It's time to go to heaven, my child.
Stop it, what are you doing? Stop it, stop it, cut it out, help.
Great. Regardless, this time was still an incredible leap in progress, getting a miraculous time of 2 minutes and 45 seconds, only 5 seconds off of our goal. Truly, victory was in sight. It was after that run I had found out I had used up all of my divine luck. I either got horrible spawns, run-ending glitches, or I was too slow. I ended up playing for another 2 hours and 20 minutes, getting nowhere. After countless restarts and failed attempts, I decided to call it quits and go to bed, deeming this challenge just simply not possible for me. After waking up the next day, I decided to give it one last go, to possibly see if I'm not a failure. So, with Payday 2 booted up and one last heist, I pulled out all of the stops.
Remember, we need to keep these cars in pristine condition.
That it? Yeah, it's in the
Yes, 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 yes! Let's fucking go! Yes! W time, baby. W time. Yes!
And with that, we had succeeded. Whilst not proving I'm not a failure, we did get a blistering time of 2 minutes and 37 seconds. We had completed our goal.
I took way too fucking long for this bullshit of a video. Fuck this game. Fuck you. I will continue playing this heist. I love this game.
You'll be playing this again, you say? I sure hope that's not foreshadow.